Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number one between Bull Moose Party and Fountain Snipers. I am Raka, and I am joined tonight by Derivative.
Hi everybody, how's it going?
Oh, they're already getting into the draft. Good lord. I knew they were going to, but usually they don't go quite that snappity quick. So we do gotta have some map bans. Braxis, Spiders, Volskaya, and Korsuragon. We're in Infernal Shrines. Hooray. I am so professional.
It's all good. Gotta get to where they are.
So we do go and have the first ban coming out as Stukov already. Anything specific that you expect on this map? Infernal is always hard to talk about intelligently because you could just do almost anything successfully on this map.
It's a very open-ended map, yeah. It's yeah, it's a pretty open-ended map with lots of possible strategies.
For the most part, what I tend to see is not Li Ming, and that's about as intelligently as I can talk about it.
You still see her sometimes, but yeah, people tend to think she's not as good as most other mages. Which I agree, yeah.
Interesting Falstad ban. No ban on Johanna yet. Now, granted, the first big team doesn't usually pick Johanna. Rhaegar's fallen off a bit. I don't think he's bad. I just don't think he's necessarily banned at the beginningable, because he and Stukov and Brightwing and Deckard
Oh,
and Anduin are all really good.
just the Johanna. I'm wondering if they banned False Light because they're worried about a global for a specific reason, or if they're just, or if there's a known False Light player on blue side.
I imagine it's both. Oh, interesting. First pick Malthael.
You don't see that every day.
Absolutely. And granted, he did get a slight buff, but very, very often this map will turn into double soaking on the lanes that the Punisher is not in. And what scares me about that is that you can counter a Malthael super easy with someone like a Tracer. So showing him that early, before any of the damage has been locked in.
Or even Nova just got a buff recently. That'd be funny to see.
I would love to see a Nova game.
About damn time.
I'm going to need you to speak that into existence a little bit more.
I mean, she's good at ganking people, and Malthael's pretty squishy. She just got some buffs, you know. My Nova main friends have been really happy with her, so you never know. Probably not, because she's hard to use on the shrines in the same way Li Ming is, but sometimes people just pick one hero to counter, you know, a specific one like Malthael.
So yeah, we do go and have Shadow Droid coming out with the Orphea. Tychus has been picked up, which is an interesting pick. There aren't a lot of high hit point heroes at the other end. Granted, Tychus is just generally good, so that's not necessarily a terrible thing.
I'm excited to see if they are gonna try to pull off any Light Bomb Johanna combos and how well they do that on the red side if they do go for that option.
I'd be almost surprised if they didn't. Those two heroes, but being the first two picks they had, there's no way that's not intentional.
So yeah, no, I'm just like I'm you know, it it's excited. It's exciting to see how well practiced people might be on those types of combos. Ooh, Imperious Tyrande.
That is super interesting. So we have a double Bruiser comp with Tyrande. This is an extremely high blow up comp. Tyrande not the best healer in terms of numbers, but in terms of just, oh hey, this person has no armor and is dead now.
I'd expect from blue team's last pick to either be another stun bruiser, or I'd expect something with a engaged stun. Like Imperious can, but it's a lot harder than if he just follows it up.
This worries me. Obviously, I think Nazebo is a powerful pick, but he's such a scaling hero that with a team with this much aggression that's coming out like
Ooh.
Moose Party, Nazebo's not going to help for a while.
Yeah, I think either he or Tychus are gonna be into the Malthael though, and either of those are gonna tear him a new one. Especially if Nazebo is a spiders, he's gonna stack off a Malthael probably pretty easily. Look at the double support that came out.
Yeah, that is it. Double Bruiser, no tank, double support.
I am a little worried for blue team considering Orphea's the only real, like Malthael and Orphea are their only real shrine clear. So in a drawn out fight, I definitely think red team will get the shrine more easily, but
Would
I'll have
definitely
to
agree
see.
with that. So zone to the game real quick. Let me get your gambling up. By the time you hear this, it's probably already there. every single time that happens, I start typing on the other keyboard. So while I'm finishing typing, if you want to go ahead and introduce the blue team.
All right. Yeah. So on blue team, we have watch for Dan. I cannot read Dawn on the Tyrande, Winter Rose on the Malthael, Toast Monster on the Imperious, Shadow Droid on the Orphea, and Eternal Blue on the Deckard.
When I first got in here, whenever they'd ride around, I could not make out their names for anything. I would just cheat and press tab and just be like, oh, and we got Silver Jackal on the Chromie. Mosley is playing Nazebo, Tychus being played by Mei Jing, Lompico on Johanna, and Anduin being played by Rusty.
Oh, blue team wins. They hit the owl.
And I actually got out of the tab screen early enough to see that, which is fantastic.
See, Malthael is already top lane. I'm wondering who's going to rotate up to be with him.
It's almost like a one of those blind date things. Who is going to beat Malthael in the top lane? Toastmaster literally moves forward, does back off. There is Lompico trying to pull that back, not going to be able to. We do go and have Nazebo and Malt, like we talked about. Nazebo does go for Spider Build, it looks like, with Widowmakers.
Looking at talents, we have Orphea quest. That's going to be fun to see if we can get that completed.
Oh, fun.
Lightwell, spiders. Malthael went Death Reach. This is gonna be W build most likely.
I almost never see that. That's cool.
It's really good, especially if you go Massacre at 7 and the percent damage at 16.
Yep, be able to move around quite a bit. I've definitely had Malthaels that just seem to disappear because they move farther than I expect them to.
I'm wondering if that means he's gonna go Tormented Souls.
It very,
this
very
is a
well
nice point grab by
because the group damage at 7 and the percent at 16 is so good with Tormented Souls.
Yeah, because Tormented Souls resets your W cooldown twice.
This is the problem, guys. Whenever you get two offlaners talking about stuff, it's like the rest of the game is happening, but
I'm really liking all this camp control by blue team. I didn't think they'd be willing to be able to get camps as easily as they are, considering Orphea is their main source of damage to them. But they're doing really well. Malthael's covering up the mid soak.
Yep, going ahead and moving back. Does back off a bit as the range team rotates up into that. We have Nazebo being left all by themselves. Only at 18 stacks of Widowmakers, because when Malthael's not in the lane, it's hard to stack it. We do go ahead and have Winter Rose and Shadow Droid take the camp up top. No answer for the opposing Shaman camp.
Oh yeah. They do have 30 seconds to start it. But yeah. Ooh, this first Punisher is going to be a Frozen Punisher.
Oh, interesting. Both really good and really tragic, because that is the one that is the best to push with, but the first Punisher still dies so fast, you don't get the value you could otherwise.
Yeah, but that means whoever gets the fourth Punisher, or I guess it could be the fourth or fifth Punisher, will be in a really good spot. Like the healer's clear of that Chromie time trap.
Shadow Droid goes in and takes a little bit of sand to the face. Eternal Blue at the bottom. Moving back and forth and back. Oh, big damage on a Silver Jackal. Go ahead. Chromie going to go ahead and take him out. Battle of the Midgets, and it does look like Orphea wins. Am I allowed to say that? I don't think I am.
I don't think Orphea is short enough to be. She's just a teenager. That was a really good follow-up on the Imperious stun by Tyrande.
It definitely a combo they tracked for, but it looks like Toast Monsieur is going to go ahead and not die, actually.
He gets just so much healing. There we go. Tychus is having the back, so that means this objective is probably secured for blue team.
Yeah, Medine is moving in, but they only have 3 abilities left to go. Medine takes a lot of damage, but it does look like, is Toast Monsieur actually going down this time? No.
And Malthael leaving to do it so clean.
Eternal Blue, why are you so good?
What did she die to? Was that Punisher?
Yeah, I'm guessing Iron Skin must have been down, and so the Punisher got the stun. And of course, as soon as you're stunned by the Punisher, that means Toast Monsieur tried to go in for the hit. We do go ahead and have Tychus going down as well, but we do have Imperius going down. Got a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, Frozen Punisher hadn't locked down the fort quite yet. Just the jump again. Do we actually see first fort go down with first Punisher? Oh no, not quite.
Yeah, it's close. Fort will get down to about 4,000 health, it looks like. Or 45,000? Numbers? We have a nice time trap, kind of keep an eye on things. Imperius looking for an attack. They are circling around. They kind of acted as though they were going to their own camp. Unfortunately, Toast Mature did go ahead and moved over and got seen a little bit ahead. Looks like the Impaler camp will be picked up on the side of Bull Moose. Other one is being picked up by Mosley and Rusty.
Chromie and Naz are both almost done with their stacking. Oh, Orphea completed her level 1 quest. No wonder she's hitting so hard right now, huh?
I had not noticed that, thank you. Also, a quick comment in chat that made me smile. We did go ahead and have Maestro said, looking forward to this battle between Bull Moose Party and Fountain Snipers, also known, which were formerly known as Nerd Herders, which were formerly known as Mosley and the Argonauts. I'd forgotten that all of those team names were these people.
That sounds fun team name.
Oh, and here I am watching the bottom one go down, which means that Malthiel's death is seen and not honored.
Oh, it's not Tormented Souls, but they took really good use of Chromie's time trap there to secure that kill.
Mature does come down. There is a nice light bomb. Mature getting out. A lot of damage coming out of Shadow Droid. Does look like both teams will just disengage right quick. Are up to 56 stats of Widowmaker. It does look like Voodoo Ritual at 76 stats. Stacks? He's saying stats? So we do go ahead and have a little bit of pressure on the bottom, but it does look like that will be taken care of by Imperius. Malthiel in the middle. I will say it does seem like the camps are a higher priority for Bull Moose Party. Consistently, they keep taking those, maybe not at cooldown, but more often than their opponents.
That's really good to be doing. I do like that they took the blue camp this early, honestly, just because it's going to get cleared during objective anyway, since it's in the same lane. Also, second Punisher is an Arcane Punisher, so we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure this is the middle ground Punisher for both pushing and hitting heroes.
Yep, it's
I remember
interesting.
as of recently, Mortar Punisher's the best at heroes, and Frozen's the best at sieging.
And Mortar's also weird in that it's the best at heroes, and it becomes even better at heroes late game. Early game it's just kind of bad and no one wants it, but late game it just hits like a truck.
That's a bunch of blue team ults down while red team still has all of their ults up.
Yep, Odin is on the field. Nice spear lifting up, but oh my goodness. We do go ahead and have the landing of Johanna, but these spears just keep coming in. Bading and Rusty looking very, very low. Those monster just keeps on. It's just an impalement factory, and there is, if Orphea didn't have her quest done, it would be done now, as we do have Tygus and Anduin being cleaned up.
Yeah, wow, those Imperius spears were on point. Wow, that was really impressive to see. He hit what, 2 or 3 3-man spears, I think that was almost?
I think it was 2 3-mans and a 2-man.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Really
I also just want to say that spear is really, really, really impressive. Like, Imperius actually lifted a several ton Odin, and the spear didn't break.
Sorry, I'm turning off my mic on accident. I do want to add, I really like Chromie going in mid to finish off that wall to get the XP from it while she had the chance. That was really good.
They do have a talent tier advantage, but this is almost immediately nullified as 13s are obtained. Nice Unstoppable comes out onto Meding in order to get him off that spear. Imperius does have Impaling Light, which means if you do use an Unstoppable to get people off of the spear, it doesn't actually proc, which means he can't do it over and over again. That's what we saw on that one really, really good fight, is the spears just kept coming out right after another, because that level 1 talent really, really allowed it to have a reduced cooldown.
Yeah, but people will get pulled off. Yeah, that's as you said. They keep pushing. Sorry. Ooh, is this gonna be a fight?
Oh my
on
goodness!
the...
Labaku went down to 49 health on that last rites, which is actually really, really good because that means it doesn't get a stack and it's just going to be less effective for that much longer.
Yeah, Malthus's not waiting quite long enough on those last rites to get the full value from them. Sadly.
So we do go down to the bottom casual camp. Once again, Blue being very aggressive about camping the map. I will have to remember to never play a first-person shooter with the blue team because they camp for days.
That owl hit all three people. 2 of them in that lane and a Zebo. Top of the map. That was just Imperius' ult that came out there, correct?
It was, and I'm kind of surprised that he used it.
I feel like he really thought he was gonna land that spear. It would have killed somebody between the ult and the spear if he had. I was making sure I had a miss a different ult.
So this is where I surprised no one and say, hey, look, Blue is taking a camp. Oh, but in the middle, Imperius did go ahead, got a little bit too aggressive, while Orphea and Malthael were not with them.
That's 3 ults down for 1 kill, though. 4 ults down for a kill on some siege.
I mean, if you get the kill, go ahead, because they do have the top and the bottom fort down. So this is their moment. I don't disagree with using the Odin here.
It's fair.
Yeah, that is 75 seconds. The good news is that the next shrine has not been announced yet, so the Odin might be back in time for it. Nope, it won't. So this is going to be Mortar, I'm sure. Yep, yep.
Ooh, this is Lurking Terror. You don't see that talent very often. I feel.
I had not noticed Tychus actually took Master Assassin.
Gotten 3 stacks for it.
Alright, we are moving in. All 10 members of the game is here at the moment. There is that. Oh, I love that. It almost looked like Orphea was guiding Imperius on where to hit. Lompico goes ahead and moves in, but that is 2 people down. Malthael just going to town. Does have a stack of last rites. Hooray.
That was a really good stasis by Silver Jackal, but sadly it's not going to be enough. Deckard, the best shrine clear in the game, doing his job. Sorry.
Stay a while and give me a Punisher.
Well, Odin's back up, but sadly there's only 2 members left alive of our red team.
Yeah, Odin's back up, but Tychus isn't.
I like how Malthael left to go get clear that top lane.
Yeah, they obviously knew there wasn't really going to be a fight at the shrine. What with 3 members of the enemy team being dead. So just don't take damage you don't have to. Here's the majestic Mortar Punisher. Alright, there is the lead going in. Lompico did move back far enough that even though they didn't use Iron Skin, there was no chance of Imperius coming through the wall. Because we know he'll do it.
Yeah. And he won't die immediately this time because the wall's far enough away from the keep that it can't hit him if he's standing at the wall. So.
Oh, Medine does go and use Odin. I kind of don't think that was necessary. Although maybe it might have been dissuasive rather than preventive.
Yeah, but now they're gonna be fighting this down. I guess. Thought Blue Team was backing off so they could wait to get 20s, but now I'm not. Maybe they're just making him run in. Anduin's so low, he's so.
Yeah, Toast Monster looking for this, and will take care. No, will not take care of the Anduin. Never mind, will.
Malthael gets his second last right stack on the Johanna.
Yeah, if you notice, Imperius just hung out in the small.
Oh, wow, Chromie had about 25-ish% health left, and that owl just completely nuked her.
I did not see that. I'm really sad about it. I
It
apologize,
was on
chat.
my screen. I was watching her because I was about to say, one thing I think Blue Team should have gone and gotten that bottom keep instead of going for the camp, but, you know, it's working out.
I mean, that's the thing. Blue Team just can't help but get camps. They see white camps on the map, and they get very, very annoyed.
Yeah. They like to farm those camps, you know, because bulls are on the farm. I don't know. I was trying to make a joke. It didn't go. I hoped it would.
That is your proof of being a real caster.
Jokes are hard, okay. Ooh, this is Final Curtain from Malthael. And that synergizes really well because he went throwing shade. So it does 2% max health by deep. Yeah, there's mortality and massacre as well. This is interesting build. I do kind of wish he'd gone Tormented Soul just so I could see that for once, but
yeah, that's you almost never see that ult unless someone makes a mistake, or is there a very high level player,
or they're playing with an Ana.
Okay, fair.
It's also good for light bomb combos in my opinion. I don't really play it much either, so.
Yeah, I very rarely take it. Though, to be fair, I also very rarely take Malthael. My teams are always like, we really need you to stun people.
That owl almost hit Zebo from across the map. So.
I'm gonna have to start watching this Tyrande. I need to start watching Watch for Dan.
Thinking red teams. Oh, here's the Frozen Punisher that we mentioned earlier as the fourth. And then there's the Spear Party.
Ain't no party like a spear party.
Johanna, ult, and pull both having to be used to get out of that.
Although I do have to say it is funny where I say ain't no party like a spear party and immediately Toast Monster gets stopped by censure. But here is the Frozen Punisher starting to be cleared out by Full Moose Party.
Red team trying hard to get their 10s. Or their 20s. Their 20s, which may or may not include level 10 upgrades.
They do have it at this point, and they can move in. The enemy team is halfway done.
Zebo is stacked on Voodoo Ritual.
We are 10 seconds away from Odin. We are at 31 stacks. So if they are going to fight this, they need to go in and fight. These Lornados, do we have more Nados? We do, we have more Nados? I'm just like, I'm seeing a lot of these Lornados come out. So here comes the Frozen Punisher, walking its way downtown.
Worried that this might be the end of the game if blue team gets a couple of good kills.
It definitely feels like they had a plan coming in here. And apparently that plan is to win. Oh,
Ooh,
a lot of damage on the Toast Monster. There is...
Yes,
Fort is down. Punisher is down. No deaths so far, so this should be Bloom's party pulling back. Not wanting to go in and try and fight under what a lot of pressure down below. It does look like that bottom keep is getting hit by catapults. Catapults will get cleaned up, but obviously that's just continual catapult pressure coming across the bottom of the map.
Looks like all the quests on the board are either completed or not. Probably not going to get completed this game. No real in between looking at them.
You don't think Tychus is going to get 12 kills real quick?
Yeah, no, they'd have to team wipe the whole other enemy team at least 2.5 times.
Oh, there we go ahead and have... yeah, that was a weird... That was
Johanna? That was a really nice falling sword, but sadly it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it was a falling sword, but also a really nice response coming from the Mornado, because when she landed, she wasn't able to back out.
Yeah.
How does Unstoppable interact with Lornado?
You can walk through it, but once your Unstoppable ends, you'll be pushed around again.
Kind of what I thought, but I wasn't positive.
Decker taking a lot of damage from Odin and Big Red Button. Or in Crummy, actually, I think that was.
I do like how patient they are being. They're just like, stay back, wait to see if they actually step too far forward. If they don't, take damage, but Decker taking a lot of damage. Odin looking at this. But meanwhile, there is a camp in the middle that has made its way up to the core.
I was gonna say, I feel I'm pushing this keep because they could probably get it, and even if they don't, like there's 2 Katas and 3 camps, or 3 camp minions pushing their core. Close though.
This looks like top is starting to take a little bit of damage from these. And
Next shrub.
to the surprise of no one, what is Blue doing in the downtime? They are taking a camp. I think someone told them that they get like $2 every camp they take.
Yeah, it's a good way to get people to start taking camps, in my opinion. Wow, Malthael got so low there. And Pierce is in the very middle of the enemy team, still living. Spiders might finish him off though. Oh no, there we go, we get the Decker heal just in time. Mortar Punisher is spawning in 2 seconds.
So that will be the 5th Punisher of the game. This is going to be a very, very powerful Mortar Punisher. It is spawning in a defended lane, but barely defended.
Yeah, and red team's at a major disadvantage because blue team still has a well and a fort here that they can back up to if necessary.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Meding actually used Odin and then immediately got Lornadoed back, so a lot of the timer was used up on nothing. Nice little Meding sidestep in order to avoid that spear. Putting the spear on the
Tychus
full
is being
cooldown.
body blocked by his own Nazebo. Teeny tiny.
Yeah, that's so
Ooh,
funny
there we
watching a
go.
tiny Odin. But Lava
Yeah.
go in the middle of a lot of things. Imperius goes down. Orphea goes down. We do go in of Tychus getting taken out by Last Rites, but Malthael going to be removed from the battle. Mortar Punisher is out on the side of Bull Moose Party.
The other thing, part I'm worried about is this is a 23.5 minute Punisher. And they don't have a keep in this lane.
Yeah, they definitely can't take advantage of the fact that they have a lead on the fight because they have to devote everything to just killing this Punisher.
Yeah, and Nazebo Spiders just got down because he missed the Punisher, so they don't, like, that's... I think it'll take probably like 10% of their core's health. It's not as good as I thought it would be. Oh, it's hitting heroes. That's actually really good for fountain snipers. Oh,
Nope.
no, I was... okay.
I was like, you're so prophetic. It's actually doing a lot more than you gave it credit for.
I
Especially
thought
with
maybe
all
they
of these
managed to kill
katas.
it. Oh, it's because Nazebo left. I feel like it... yeah, it's just 3 katas there. But Nazebo also did the smart move because he needed to clear the top lane because otherwise they would have lost that top keep. There were 2 katas up there. The thing is, though, like, with their team comp, blue team can't just wait for next shrine and backdoor. They actually have to win a fight, because Malthael doesn't do much siege damage, and they have 2 healers, so they definitely have to kill, I'd say, at least, like 1 or 2 people to threaten core.
Next shrine will be an Arcane Punisher up at the top. But here is Toast Monster looking for the engage. Malthael steps back. We do have a spooky slappy ghost. Immediately cancelled by Malthael.
Oh, Tychus is... Oh, there we go. The double pull came out just in time. And the Glornado wasn't quite able to catch Tychus there.
A lot of damage on the Mosley. Trying to get out of here. Is going to go in and unstop. There's Lamako moving forward to make sure Nazebo survives, but both of them down to about half health.
There's the 3rd keep down. Red team is hanging on by a thread.
I had a Storm League game like this that we lost about 15 minutes before we lost.
I still don't think red team's completely lost yet. Like, one good fight could completely turn this game around, because they just have to run it down.
At level 24, they have a solid fight and they don't have to go stop a Punisher. They can just go through middle, like blast keep down and win.
Yeah, because they have really good siege. So between Chromie and Azebo, but they have to get that winning fight first, which is going to be the hard part. I think blue team realized like they have to win the next fight. They're backing off, waiting, because they seem to be highly advantaged on the shrine just by how good their Imperius is at landing spears in those choke points.
A shrine gathers power. You will take it from me.
So it does look like that we've got Fountain Snipers going for the moral victory and making one of the camps on the map red.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Finally, the map isn't painted quite so blue. Feels like Alice in Wonderland, you know? Paint the roses red, paint the roses blue. Although in my case, it's blue and orange, but...
Mine as well. Because colorblind people need love too.
This is worrisome. Nazebo is bottom.
Yeah, I don't
So
blame them for clearing out the catapults, but still. That makes
Yeah,
it hard to fight this.
Yeah, worried that they might engage too quickly.
Nazebo has arrived. Is able to make a slappy ghost.
Ooh. Nazebo's wall is body blocking his own Johanna.
Good lord, the healing on Imperius? Imperius got down to about like 50% health and just a boop 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 boop.
It's the combination of his level 4 and his level 20. Increase the healing of Valorous Brand, and Valorous Brands are not consumed. So he just gets infinite healing on autos on people.
It's one of those things. There's the slappy ghost.
Or is dead. Game's over.
Thank you very much for saying that. I would have been very confused in a second. So we do go and have the bottom lane that Nazebo tried to clear, but just had to leave for too long. Does push in, takes down core, and game number 1 does go for Bull Moose Party.
If you look at the stats, like, dude, it's really impressive how much damage Red Team managed to do, but it's even more impressive how much healing Bull Moose Party, Found Snipers managed to do, and Bull Moose Party's healers managed to heal off. Like,
I do wish... Is there a... So, yeah, Imperius did almost half as much healing as Anduin, which is just... Huh?
Oh yeah, Imperius is self-healing. That's huge. I'm wondering if, looking at Johanna's healing, it was kind of low, even though she had the level 20, and I do remember she kept trying to dive in with Falling Sword. I'm wondering if using the unstoppable healing part of the level 20 might have helped her team out a little better than just going for the falling sword on the enemy team.
I definitely feel like that's a strong possibility. I don't want to sit here and be like, this is what went wrong, but the
Oh
Imperial
yeah, no, I was
Spears were
just
so devastating for the team that not letting Imperius have those, because that's the thing, Spear cooldown is, what, like 12 seconds?
something like that. And it takes, I think, hitting 3 heroes with that level 1 that he had to have it reset fully.
Yeah, but
Or
even
it depends on how many brands are on each hero, if I think it is.
All right, so a little bit of a side discussion here real quick. I'm about to pay out the bet to the wrong team because absolutely no one supported Bull Moose Party in the gamble. That's
Oh
terrible.
no.
And here's the thing, there are 3,500 points to the line, and there was no opportunity for them to win anything, so I'm not going to take them away. So I'm just basically refunding the points by paying the wrong people. Be aware. But with that, we will be back for game number 2 in just 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Looks like the lobby is up. We'll be in the draft in just a moment.
I'm wondering if Fountain Snipers are gonna prioritize the first pick Johanna again. Like, I'm wondering if if that's why they took first pick. It was because they want to make sure they have that first hero that they want.
Well, so far, we do have the exact same bans as in game number 1. Stukov and Leoric being removed. Will we have a Falstad?
Possibly, he's pretty good at ganking offlaners that are trying to double soak on this map. Because he can, fly wherever he wants to. So I wouldn't be surprised. But no, here's the Johanna, so that means they're gonna definitely be first picking something else.
It means they're first picking Falstad, clearly. Added
Maybe.
recognition.
It'll Malthael is really susceptible to false side ganks, so maybe that's gonna try to be a Malthael deterrent for the double soaking.
Yeah, Malthael is my go-to to this map. Ironically, him and Leoric are my favorite 2 heroes.
My go-to is Lost Vikings.
Yeah, I'm very aware.
Also followed by Leoric, probably. But
At one point, there was just a collection of scrims, and they're like, "Okay, go on. We'll let you off lane." And then we go to this map, and I'm like, "You jerks!"
Sorry. Ooh, there's the Zol for the first pick. So that's who their double soak will be.
Oh,
I assume
interesting.
blue team will hold their double soaker until later.
We do
These are
have
two
them
very
front-loading their damage, though, which is risky.
It's two very short-ranged assassins. But they're also two very powerful assassins.
For the alliance above all.
Here comes the Anduin. I wonder who they're gonna pick for their light bomb. There's the Mei. Good light bomb target. Very good light bomb target.
Also, just real quick, Lich Queen, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Sorry for the delay. Chromie being banned out. I predict we will not see Mage banned on the other side.
Well, they already have a mage, so yeah, that's unlikely. I'd expect an offlaner ban, potentially. Or somebody that can gank Zol. Yeah, there's the offlaner ban.
Or both. So yeah, at this point, I'm guessing outside of TLV, we'll end up with someone that cannot keep up with Zul, because Zul clears insanely fast on this map. Can definitely actually do damage to both walls just with all the skeletons he brings up.
Well, who's left? There's Dahaka, there's Diva, there's
Sonya,
Sonya.
kind of.
Yeah, Sonya kind of. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Just watch for Dan one more time, and Toast Monsieur.
Winter Rose, I know you can't hear me, but if you play Vikings, I will. I would love you. Ooh, the Orpheus swapped sides this game.
So did the
That'll be-
Tychus. Apparently they're
Oh,
feuding.
true. Yeah. They stole each other's heroes. Both teams have at least one hero that stayed the same and one hero that swapped sides. Like the healers, Turan, the Anduin stayed the same, and then Tychus Orpheus swapped sides. Sonya, okay.
Alright. I really like when Sonya gets done, because then in the middle of fights, I don't have to say leap. I can just say, and Sonya, pause!
I assume this will probably be a W build Sonya, because that's the fastest double soaker, I'm pretty sure. There's always the chance that they won't even do that. At least in the early game, they might have Jaina rotate or anchor mid for the early part. We'll have to see. Yeah, Bloody Drapes. I know that Leo outsucks Zol, but Leo was banned very early into the draft. So he wasn't one of the options. Sadly. He's a pretty good double soaker though.
Oh, he's an amazing double soaker. But the other thing about Leo double soak is that I still think even in a Leo Zul matchup, Zul will end up doing more damage, because he's soaking slower, but he's adding more bodies. So he will still actually get damage done to the wall, whereas Leo won't necessarily, unless he stops to do damage to the wall.
The battle begins in
But
Not.
we'll go ahead and I'll introduce the blue team this time. We have Shadow Droid over on the Jaina. We have Eternal Blue on Tychus. Watch for Dan is playing Tyrande. Toast Monsieur is on Varian. And then up at the top lane, we do have Winter Rose on...
Yeah, so we have Lompico on the Mei, Mosley on the Zol, Meeting on the Orphea, Rusty on the Anduin, and Silverjackal on the Sylvanas.
All 5 members of Fountain Snipers together, whereas we've already had a preemptive separation. Sonya in the
1-3-1.
top
I
lane.
wonder if they're gonna keep that up the whole game. No, okay, they're rotating down. Oh, they're leaving 1 minion.
Okay,
No, the XP globe.
you said they're leaving 1 minion, and immediately I looked at Varian.
I mean, he's only a minion for 3 more levels.
All right, Lompico, they are moving in, looking to go ahead and try and steal their opponent's camp. They say the entire last game, you were busy taking all the camps on the map. We're taking this one, but actually they may not be. Rusty having to run very, very far away, down to 200 health.
It's gonna
Winter
be really bad
Rose.
if Winter Rose dies here. Yeah, it's...
But Mosley? No, Mosley survives, but Sylvanas does not. Mading is going to be the next one being looked at. And Jaina goes ahead and picks that off.
Yeah,
Jaina-
but they still have... The thing is, though, even though Red Team lost 2 members, Blue Team lost their offlaner. So she's gonna lose probably a decent bit of soak.
Also, I think that engagement tells us that Jaina just hates goth girls, kills Sylvanas, and kills Orphea.
Yeah, both the goth girls are gone.
Tragic.
Jaina has to back for mana, so Blue Team are not considering invading, but that's a good play. Better to be topped up on mana than to risk dying over a camp, you know?
Yeah, definitely a thing that does not happen to my Storm League matches. Where they'll just, okay, let's go run it. I'm like,
This Orphea is going a trait build rather than the, I forget which talent it is, W build?
Oh, interesting. Yep, maximum chaos. Toastman sure takes a lot of damage, is a real boy, but not going to be able to do this. It does look like he gets out, but we do have Tychus being taken down.
It seems like Blue Team is forgetting that they only have 1 healer this game. Compared to the last game wherein the 2 healers managed to get a lot of work done. Yeah, they're getting that front wall down pretty early on, which is very good. Especially considering this first objective is deep in the bottom lane rather than in the mid lane.
Yep, they're getting a lot of stuff done. It does look like the offlane agreement will be honored, as we have shots going off on both sides. Orphea going to go ahead and get the bottom.
Like all the others.
Nearly half of bot fort down.
There's the taunt onto Lompico, but that may not be the target you want. Though you did actually get Anduin to use the pull. Also, hello, Anaressa. I see you.
Hey, you know.
We have Winter Rose continuing to double soak, as is Mosley. Here's the Skeletal Legion moving forward. Does look like Fountain Snipers are moving around, waiting to try and gank someone, but their opponents are all too aware of where they are. And there's the taunt into the Jaina. But May says, you think Blizzard's going to do anything to me? Are you crazy?
That Varian might be going down. Yep, there he goes. So Orphea is chunking him and Tychus quite a lot. And there's the Sylvanas trait.
Yep.
I think they might manage to secure this.
They're definitely... I like the zoning Blizzard coming out of May.
And there goes bottom fort. Oh, still taking a bunch of damage. Luckily the Anduin heal. Desperate Prayer, right? Yeah, Desperate Prayer.
It is nearly time.
So we do have Zul. Looks like Zul is moving in for the invade.
Oh yeah, I like this invade because Zul showed up. These choke points are really good for both Mei and Orphea too.
Alright, there's the charge of the Toast Monsieur. The double freeze coming in. Eternal Blue almost gets taken out, but just go ahead and back off very, very quickly. Winter Rose is doing a whirlwind.
I'm hoping blue team chooses not to go for that bottom objective, because they're going to be caught between a rock and a hard place if they do. Yeah.
Meding is going to go ahead and get stopped by the Anduin and cleaned right up.
Mei had no mana to peel for her team, so... Or peel for Orphea there. I do like how blue... Oh, Eternal Blue, you're... trouble. Oh, no.
Yep,
Zul,
you can't run that way
blocking
whenever you don't own that. A lot of damage onto Monsieur. We do have Zul still here. There is a Bone Prison coming out on Toast Monsieur.
He's doing pretty good at keeping his team both ahead and soak and rotating down for the kills, the ganks.
We do have level 10 online. There's a Poison Nova, Crushing Jaws, Mind Control, and Unknown coming out.
Orphea is about to get hit by an owl. Yep. These owls are on point every time.
I do have one question. Considering what we've seen happening with these owls, how exactly is the Tyrande player? Who is that?
Don, I think. Dan.
How exactly is Dan not on the Fountain Snipers?
Can't fountain snipe anymore. And that was, wow, some really good Orphea AoE. So we're seeing both Orphea ults within these two games. We saw the repeat Eternal Feast last game, and we're seeing Crushing Jaws this game.
For some reason, I wanted to say Devouring Maw, even though that's a Zagara one.
No, Eternal Feast.
The time is now, heroes.
So we have another 5 shots, most likely coming out. No one really in the area to stop this.
Red team has been doing a very good job of holding this bottom fort. It's not a keep yet, because it's not 12.5 minutes in, but...
Ooh, I didn't know the time. Mind Control comes out onto Varian, goes ahead and absolutely destroys him. Anduin kills his dad, he's the king now.
And then Orphea finishes off the Jaina. So they still hold the bottom fort for a little while longer?
Yeah, I'm very, very surprised. I thought that fort was going down for sure.
Yeah.
Or going over, I guess I should say. With that being said, we can go ahead and have more sappers being picked up, threatening 3 more damage to the core.
It's too bad Tyrande owls can't damage buildings, because I'm sure they'd have it back by now. Alright, so it looks like red team is finally deciding to give up that fort, which I think is a good, decent play, because they wanted to hearth and get mana for both Orphea and Mei.
Do you remember when hammers level 20 could damage buildings? Can you imagine that on this map?
Yeah, you'd sit and put it going vertically from bottom, keep upwards. And it could hit all 3 keeps at the same time. It was nasty. Oh, this Varian flank and Sonya. Word's hard. That was a really nice ice wall, though.
Yep, 2 cast the ice wall. Oh, I like the pullout. Actually saved them. I don't think the owl would have killed them, but it still looked really cool.
So that's 4 ults down on the side of red team, and only 2 down on the side of blue team. Odin could go really well for them as long as he doesn't get destroyed by the Orphea.
Lumpago channeling this, but will not be allowed to finish. There's the Devouring Maw, does catch Varian. Invisibility comes out of Tyrande. And remember what we said about Odin and not being destroyed by Orphea?
Yep, there he goes. I think Jaina's the only survivor of this fight, yeah. And both Ice Wall and Light Bomb are almost back up. I like this play of waiting to cap the objective until after they get the fort.
I
Welly
also
is
like
used
Jaina
to
moving up and saying, well,
try
let me
to-
try and get this taken back. And she looks like
Yeah,
we'll get it before...
Has destroyed
yeah, it's really good. I really like to see somebody just go top and get that top camp. It hasn't been taken the entire game, and maybe getting some top pressure might help a little. I don't know. They can't get bottom back anyways. Sonya is down here. Zul's going on the camp. Wow.
Yep, Zula's listening to you.
Somehow. Sonya's doing the other camp. Camps galore. For red team, it feels like completely player mindsets have completely swapped sides this game. Sorry, I missed what happened in bottom lane because I was looking at the camp.
Oh, you're okay. Oh, Sonya and Zul actually fighting over this top camp. And it looks like Sonya will win. Winter Rose goes and takes that away.
Wow. He's not W build, so he couldn't do it fast enough. That's too bad.
I was wondering why it took, like, why that went on for so long.
Yeah, if he had W build, it would. Ooh. It might get in one of those shots, maybe. That one is towing the line. Aw, it doesn't. But Varian dies for it. Because Varian's dead, I'm pretty sure these are almost guaranteed to get in if they try. Oh, Sylvanas just didn't wait long enough. And there goes 2 shots. Or just 1 shot. 1 shot.
Yep, down to 13. But a potential other 15 damage coming out if all 3 of these go the side of Fountain Snipers. A little unlikely, but possible.
Lay claim to the altars. Do
Not even a nice block could save her from that. Whoa, Sonya got a free top point, so that's good. It keeps her team in the game. If she lost that, the game would have been over. But now they still have 3 shots left. The only
Yep,
problem
and of
is
course,
boss.
Boss is up. I think you were saying the same thing.
Yeah, boss. The other ooh, Sonya gets out thanks to Leap. That's good. I kind of want them just to bait. Like honestly, ideally they bait boss and send 1 person down. They get siege camp and just push that in for the win. Because 1 siege camp also ends the game here. But no, they're just going on the boss.
It looked like they tried to bait it, but then the Toronto Owls scouted out the fact that it wasn't actually started.
that leads to the battleground center. Use it well.
There's
There
the
goes
Ice Wall, does catch
and
Varian.
Ice Wall.
Mind Control lands almost immediately, takes away the buttons, but Varian is not down yet. There is the Poison Nova, a lot of damage coming in. Varian being the first one to fall. Rusty looking not good. Lopako having to fall back.
Everybody just standing in that Sonya spin. 2 for 2, 2 for 3. This is exactly what blue team needed. They need to get, I'd say mid, and then get the bottom towers. No, ooh, I don't.
I mean,
Going for
that's,
boss here.
the thing is, you have to take Boss off the map.
Well, the next objective are the 2 top ones, so there's. You can see it. Because these 2 objectives are top, there's going to be a sapper camp pushing in on bottom that can end the game. Like, if red team plays this right, like, Sonya's back up, the other 3 members of red team are all down for 10 more seconds. Sonya takes tunnel to get to mid quickly.
Be swift, heroes. Do not let
Yeah,
the
because that is that bottom camp
the
needs to be
altars
stopped.
before you.
Oh no, Jaina.
Nice, nice, nice. Mind Control.
Varian's gonna die because he tried to stop to save Jaina.
But they do get both towers, or both turn-ins.
At least Sonya's bot clearing that. That's good. That's very good. She, yeah, she is Whirlwind build. Whirlwind is E build, I'm pretty sure. Although here's the other objective.
Yep, 3 more on their way. And these will actually be pseudo-protected. That moment you wish you had a garage, just be like, go in.
The next two altars are again top lane. I didn't think that was possible. Oh, Sonya.
Sonya gets very, very aggressive and gets
Yes.
absolutely deleted. Eternal
There
Blue
goes
falls
Tychus.
back. Is going to be poisoned probably to death.
Oh,
No,
the
does
armor
just barely
saves him.
survive. One of the sappers did get through, but still 2 health. Tychus goes down.
Jaina spread the poison to him from Sylvanas' trait.
It's only time.
This is going to be an extremely close game. Sonya is up far before the red team is. So she can just tunnel in. The important part is stalling this objective for long enough and making sure nobody sneaks around to get the back one.
There's the taunt inside the blizzard. A lot of damage going on to Rusty. Or to Mosley. Rusty pulls Mosley out.
Before you.
As you said, Sonya is on the way. Sonya is on the way.
The altar is ours. Fire.
Ooh, and this is red team's time to have a level 20 advantage.
Oh, yuck,
It's going
yuck,
to be
yuck,
a
yuck, yuck.
very close game.
Enough of this charade.
Tychus going to try to get some damage on the bottom objective. Is this going to be a classic Towers of Doom comeback game? Ooh, Orphea. They might get ganked here.
Yeah, they're definitely running in for it, but Sonya is in the area.
Luckily. And Zol's not.
Mind control lands. We do go ahead and have the ice wall catches 2 people. There is Sonya hauling in.
The overlap of the Ice Wall and the Orphea ult there might have just completely turned that fight in blue team's favor.
So blue team does take back bottom fort. Shadow Droid is going to go ahead and try and clear this out. It is only 2 members of the red team are up right now.
Hopefully they can get these sappers down, yeah, before the fort respawns. Perfect.
Level 20 all. Boss is up in 57 seconds.
Next, yeah, here's next objective. Bottom lane, 30 seconds. They have to be very careful because of boss comes up, what, 10 seconds after, a little bit more than 10 seconds after objective. I guess closer to 20.
And Mosley is hanging out in that area.
Yeah, so they might try to, yeah, I'm wondering if blue team will have time to rotate up if they stop and do this.
The time is now.
Okay, yeah, I think Sonya's sniffing it out.
In my
Yeah,
name.
they know
Luckily
there's a
she's
possibility.
not.
The
Yeah,
altar is ours. Fire.
Yeah, the fact that no one actually came to contest it should give them a clue this is
Sylv
about to
just
happen.
showed on the top wave. So they know they're up here.
Mosley goes ahead and gets... Oh, really? That's a very early poison Nova. We do go and have the leap ready to go. Big, big, big damage comes out of the combo. Lapico goes down, as does Sonya. Mosley looking not very healthy at the moment. 2 for 2 so far. Eternal Blue sitting there, being like, I'm in a big mech, you can't move me. me.
Oh, okay. Tiny dragons with hairy feet. That's pretty. So that's a thought.
Yeah, for some reason, if Discord like minimizes, it just loses your camera. But it's hard for me to know Discord minimized.
Yeah, that's fair. At least it's not a problem on my end. That's all that matters.
Hell, it's
Oh,
about
interesting.
damn time.
So
Tychus
he's back
betrayed
on
them.
his original
I was
team.
gonna say Tychus went to the other team last time. They're like, no.
You're
Now,
back.
snipers are a very, very clingy significant other. You're not allowed to go out with your friends. You stay home.
Toxic relationship.
I will fight to my last breath. From order comes justice.
Ooh, Rhaegar for first time tonight. I wonder, is it an ancestral Rhaegar or is this gonna be like Bloodlust Archon?
I'm
That's always a
assuming
fun old
ancestral,
combo.
but granted, that is a really, really nice combo. I want to see more auto attackers come out.
Yeah, but then they're gonna. Oh yeah, Mate is banned, so it's definitely a possibility.
And so is
there
Joe.
aren't- Yeah. So there's no blind tanks. What blinds are left? What, like Lily, which they probably won't pick because they have a Brightwing, and then like Cassia. Are there
Artanis?
any? True. He doesn't.
He can blind you once every 60 seconds.
Yeah, I'd just be worried about like what matchup he'll be facing because he could very easily lose depending on what
I
blue team
never take
decides to
Artanis
last
on this map.
You used to be an Artanis main though.
I
Oh god, that voice crack.
emphasis on used to be.
Oh,
On
did
this
we
map,
train you
I
out
am
of it?
1000% Rexar.
I'm 1000% Vikings. I'll beat up Vexars any day.
Okay, legit question. What maps do you not take Vikings on, other than the ones that are banned?
I will take Vikings on any map. There is not one map I would not be willing to take Vikings on. There are maps I like them less on. I like them on all the maps.
So
Or I'm
Malthael being
willing
banned
to
out,
take.
as well as Chrome.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
So I'd expect like a Sonya pick, Furious pick in the off lane. Who loses to Malthael? I'm trying to think of other heroes. Could Dahaka maybe? He's.
It's the outcome
We'll see.
where I want to say Artanis, because Artanis is hard countered by Malthael, but they're not going Artanis, and I don't want to act
okay.
like I think they are.
Now that Junkrat's picked, I'm wondering if maybe Bull Moose Party's plan is a 1-3-1 with is either they have all four of them bottom, or maybe Junkrat's in mid, or maybe Junkrat's in bottom and there's three people in mid. Oh, look, you were just proven very wrong about what their offlaner was going to be.
I just spoke that into the universe.
Hey! Oh god, that voice. Are you gonna... Do you still remember all the good old Artanis facts and stuff?
Oh,
You
yeah,
gonna give us the
Actually,
Artanis
on this
play-by-play?
map, I wonder if Mosley will do it. Grubby just ran into a really, really weird combo you can do in a very specific situation.
Li Ming is really good on the bottom point too for lobbing orbs. And then Sonya, I'm not sure how the Sonya Artanis matchup goes nowadays. It's definitely been back and forth over the years based on like buffs and stuff that heroes have gotten.
Yeah,
Excited
I
to
think
see.
Sonya has an advantage, but it also depends. If Artanis goes for Protector at level 1, which is not the offlane talent, but you can overwhelm a Sonya with it.
In the late game, yeah, but you have to get there first.
Yeah, that is the issue. And of course, it doesn't help you against the Immortals, so... And by
The
Immortal,
other
I
thing
mean
is
Dragon Knight.
Sonya can technically double soak. Wow, Artanis
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
So
you just kind of avoid Artanis if he goes that talent. We do go and have in our blue team in Bull Moose Tardy trying to end this with a game 3. I can say that about both teams. We do have Eternal Blue on the blue team and on the Tassadar. We do have Shadow Droid on Junkrat, Winter Rose on Sonya, Toast Monsieur is going to be on ETC, and the Christmas reindeer Rhaegar
And then we have on the side of Fountain Snipers, Meeting on the Tychus, Silver Jackal on the Gleaming, Mosley on the Arcanus, Rusty on the Brightwing, and Lompico on the Garrosh.
Looking at our talents at level 1, we do have Warbreaker coming out of the garage, but no one else taking any stacking talents. Actually do have Warpaint on the Sonya, so definitely planning on being in there and brawling rather than wham, bam, slam, stepping back.
There's reactive parry on Arcanus. Does that change the matchup at all?
Oh, interesting.
Well, Sonya did go Warpaint, so it'll reduce her healing, potentially, among other things.
And Sonya is already doing this double soak thing, reacting as though Arcanus had taken Protector Fire, even though he did not.
Well, it gives her team time to get that camp, you know? It's not bad in any situation, it just means she has less prior in top lane.
Yep.
I like this play by her. There's Garrosh's first stack. Of many, of 15, yeah. It's the only level 1 stacking we have, isn't it? Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And lay waste to this forsaken kingdom.
That 50 armor is taking forever? Like, does it stay up until they actually auto you?
Who?
The level 1 talent for Arcanus? Because he just
Oh
has
yeah,
50
no,
armor?
there's stacks. Yeah, it's 50 physical armor against heroes until you get basic attack up to 2 times.
Because, yeah, that means if Sonya actually, like, commits to the whirlwind, and in response, Arcanus gets a stack of that, it will just cripple her healing and her damage.
Yeah, 'cause he gets it basically twice for every rotation of abilities. He gets 1 stack from the Twin Blades dash, and 1 stack from Twin Blades and 1 stack from Blade dash. Luckily, blue team has managed to get bot point back, so Sonya isn't stuck in mid. She's probably gonna go immediately cap top point. Level 4 is online for both teams, or build Li Ming. Ooh, let's see how this goes. Oh, that was a really good swap by Arcanus. He almost swapped her off of the point even. Bot lane, Garrosh looks like he might be in trouble. Or Tychus even might be in trouble.
Polymorph onto ETC. There's another Warbreaker stack. Buzzing looking very, very low, but Brightwing teleports in.
Sonya is currently also winning the top lane engage. Although Arcanus has Shield Surge, so that might change soon.
Shield Surge is incredibly good at this.
Yeah. Looks like 3 members of blue team are rotating mid to try to secure the point. Let's see if they manage to do so. I like this Junkrat zoning. Very good. It is a little bit early for DK, but hopefully they can get at least bot wall from it. Nice orb resets from the Li Ming.
I like that charge.
Sonya's
She gets
sieging
it a little
top
bit
like
faster.
Nikki's business.
So here we have a lot. Oh, Dragon Knight ended up wasting a lot of time that could have been used. Yeah, gets almost nothing out of that. Now, granted, a lot of early game Dragon Knights are like that, but still.
Oh, that was a very nice unstoppable throw from the Garrosh. Sadly, it looks like it's actually going to end up with Tychus getting killed instead. Because the Brightwing had a very nice save.
So yeah, we do have the throw out of the Brightwing. And that was funny whenever you throw a character that can fly.
Looks like we're getting Bonus Party back on their camp game. That they slacked a little bit on last game compared to first game. Both camps are on their side are currently being taken. Tassadar is likely to go soak the mid lane, looks like, yep. Red team is also on their camp.
Yep, but not the same one. So Sonya does pick up theirs when we use that to press top.
It's about, what, a half level? A little less than a half level advantage. routine. Tannis is doing his best to also in the rhythm stacking and the Li Ming reset. He's gonna get 2 kills per team.
Yep, Shadow Droid looking, but does go ahead and get back out of there. The camp is pushing in top port very, very, very well. Does get more damage done than the Dragon Knight did.
Another chance to prove yourself worthy.
Eternal Blue's playing with a bit of fire into Silver Jackal's Li Ming.
It's the battle of the colors, silver versus blue. Let's go.
Jackal, Eternal Jackal. I don't know him. It's not as funny as I was hoping it'd be. Okay. Oh, the wall from ETC blocked him. It's unfortunate.
Oh, nice, nice, nice throw. The minis were not close enough, and that was just like
Nice orb.
nice orb as yep.
Tassadar is doing a lot of damage to Li Ming. Oh, there's the Artanis ult to try to get some extra time on this fight.
Well, the other really nice thing about doing that is if you do the Artanis ult and then you get the 50 armor, they literally can't get rid of it.
And now to the... Well, no, Sonya actually can get rid of it because she has Leap. The Unstoppable from Leap would get rid of the blinds if she's not leaping on top of herself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because if you leap on top of yourself, you don't have Unstoppable. But if you leap a distance, you get Unstoppable. Leaping. But it looks like they might just channel it with... Oh no, blue team gets bottom lane in time.
Because yeah, I was just more thinking that they can't auto-attack you because auto attacks will always miss.
Brightwing, jeez, that was a very quick turnaround on the ETC. Very impressed. And this Tychus Odin to try to secure bottom lane. Luckily, there's nobody in mid that can cap, because even if Artanis is going there, Sonya might... No, she doesn't get it in time. Yeah, wow. She was about half a second off on getting on the point in time.
So, guess what I just realized?
Yes.
I never did a prediction, so kind of an awkward prediction significant into the game, but you know what? Whatever.
Oops.
After I yell at them for... Well, actually, it's their fault for not actually betting correctly.
You don't care about the bets anymore? I see how it is.
Don't come to my
You're
gambling hall.
taking
You
a
don't
lot
get
of
You don't
damage.
get to gamble.
Although this Decimate is putting in some work on keeping him alive.
I am astounded he survived. Oh, ETC is like, no?
The aggression was good from Toast on the Imperious, but on the ETC is making me a little nervous. He's sliding in a lot and getting tossed and dying. Sonya does have the full front wall down in top lane. But is Rhaegar kicked away? Sonya's waiting on the flank. She have leap, there's the leap.
Yep, comes in. But again,
That was
great,
a beautiful
great
throw.
Tychus for Rhaegar. Lombaco very, very, very low, but Tychus is down, and also on his team. Details.
Looking at talents, we have what, Pixie Powder, Blood Craze. Ooh, that's gonna go really well with the Oppressor that he's been using. He's using it a lot to survive whenever he's super deep. Why he survives a lot of like fights. So extra healing will be nice in addition to the spell power.
Absolutely. Another camp being picked up on both sides of the battlefield. Though Sonya doesn't buy herself, Meding needs help from Rusty.
Honestly, I don't see Emerald win much anymore, and this Brightwing has been making a lot of use out of it to peel for her team. In addition to like polymorph peel, you know. Although Sonya might be in danger, she might have to leap out. Yep, there's the leap. Does Artanis land the swap? He does.
but
Not quite enough. There's the Emerald Winds.
Lompico gets to glow, throws everyone else out. But here is the Junkrat. Nope.
Dragon Knight.
He had 38 armor, plus he would have had, what was it, 50 from the Pixie Powder. Because Brightwing used her Pixie on Dust on her. On
Yep.
him.
So, very, the Riptide did almost nothing.
Oh,
It looked like it took him from like 28% health to 26% health. I mean, it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
yeah. I can agree with that. Ooh, is Artanis gonna get ganked? I'm not sure because he's gonna have full vision of anybody coming. Like, oh, but
He
he's
actually
made a
moved down to
mistake
fight
going
with
to
Winter Rose
fight.
and then said, oh.
Thing is though, Red team might be able to get mid in time. No, they're not. Junkrat was smart and got on the point.
Yeah, they needed to move instantly as soon as they saw the gank.
Maybe they weren't sure all 5 people were there, but it's, yeah. Junkrat clearing top lane extremely safely. Sonya, instead of joining the fight, going bottom. Clear.
Oh, but never mind. Lompico rode over there and might have run into him in the bush.
He realized what he would have done if he made that mistake. I don't like this stall out by blue team. They're giving Artanis time to respawn and go back top.
Yep, it does look like Sonya is in the bottom area. It's funny that both offlaners are going to take the shrine at the same time.
Yeah, at least they're trading that. Although red team is in a much safer position to cap, it looks like. They have full priority in mid lane.
Odin comes out in a kind of a weird time.
Leap is up. It looks like Sonya's thinking about it.
Nice 3-person leap comes in, followed in by a big old slab of beef just falling from the sky. Lompico being the only one left alive from that little 4-man.
And Junkrat finished off the Li Ming behind her fort with his Riptire. Really good. Tassadar going top to cap. I'm not sure he's the best person to do that because Artanis can beat him up.
Oh, but they're friends?
Oh yeah, they are both Protoss, aren't they? Oh, and here comes Lompico. Yeah, he's dead, probably. Between Decimates slowing him. Unstoppable. Bro.
Yep, Lompico is staying in here, but Brightwing is back up. Z can come in at any point. There is Junkrat going ahead and just throwing by. Good lord!
Bottom lane's in huge trouble for red side. In addition to all the stalling out that blue's getting to do.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Yep, bottom fort goes down just from this. Silver Jackal will clean this up, but we do go ahead and have the beginnings of a fight. Artanis is fighting with Winter Rose, but Junkrat in the area.
Tychus is capping bottom. Oh, is that Burst Fire from? Yeah, that's Burst Fire from. See, is Artanis getting ganked again? Possibly.
They just really... This is what I hate about being in the off lane, and I'm sure you can empathize. Like, this is the solo lane. Why are you here?
Yeah, I do like red team taking advantage of this to get more prio mid. Smart, and they have bottom, so they don't really need to worry about blue team having top.
In response, the top will go down to the might of Bull Moose Party.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Yeah, but nobody wants to fight on the Bridge of Death, you know?
Oh my gosh, one time I cast Dragonshire and it was like a 41-minute game because the one team just kept trying to end over the Bridge of Death, and that went about as well as I'm sure you can imagine.
Oh,
But
I
Brightman
can
goes down,
imagine.
Lombaco.
Look at that big old heal from Bloodlust. Blood Craze. He's...
Garrosh is cheating. Eternal Blue is thinking about going over the bridge, but it's like, I don't really want to.
How is he cheating? He's just using his talents to their fullest potential, you know?
No hero should survive better than me.
Li Ming's thinking real hard about capping that top point. I liked the bush check that she did.
But Tassadar will be moving down below.
Yeah, they're just trading points on repeat. But that's not quite so good for red team at the moment because they're down 20s. I like Sonya getting the bottom camp. I like to see the rest of her team go get their enemy camp. Yep.
Yep, once again, it does look like Bull Moose Party are just going to be full mercenary.
It's too bad that most of our lanes are too far to soak for red side. At least bottom lane's finally showing up in a reasonable spot to soak. They really need 20s. This game could very easily still go either way.
Oh, 1000%. We said that in game 1, but I think it's more. Oh my goodness, Monting takes a lot of damage. Taiga's looking not very well, and does get finished off. Lombaco down to about 17% health.
It's at death metal from ETST, so he has both ults basically at this point.
I've always kind of loved that because it catches me off guard,
That
but
was a
mostly gets knocked back.
beautiful
Great
Junkrat.
job.
Beautiful Junkrat line. Sonya smartly left and cat top, but Rhaegar's Ancestral did not go off in time.
Well, his first one did, his second one didn't.
But yeah.
So we do end up still an advantageous position for Bull Moose Party, but they are without a healer, and their opponents have one. But is Sonya will become the dragon?
Fire comes for you.
They see. I mean, most likely they can see that Junkrat or that somebody's on that camp. So yeah, there we go. Bull Moose just lost a member. So now it's 4v3, and one of the person's in the DK, so they're not as effective as of a hero as they would be outside of it. I like this vision from Garrosh, and I like the scouting from Junkrat. It's very well played. Both teams.
Yep, Sonya going to do what she can, but what she can is not very much because they can't really push in with this.
Oh, they just gave Junkrat a full reset on his Riptire. Here comes the second one. Luckily, that one doesn't get a reset at all. But...
By fully avoiding the second Riptire, they made it like the reset never even happened.
well, no, it did damage to their fort. Or keep, whatever.
See, I say this really cool stuff, and then you're like, well, facts? And I'm like, oh, facts.
Sorry, I'm trying.
I would just abandon this Dragonite at this point. It's at 2%.
But it gives them more time for their teammates to get back up before the shrine spawn again. You know?
Okay, that is fair.
So it's like a 2-minute timer before the shrine spawn again, I think. Something like that. It was only the second Dragonite, wasn't it? Ooh, nice Oracle check by Tassa.
I think so, now that you bring it up. Oh, but.
Or is this gonna be another camp invade? Good. Wonder how it's gonna go. Lombaco sees it. I guess takes a lot of Junkrat damage.
Yep, we got Toes Ventura. Runs out of decimates, and then it does look like we got quite a bit of damage coming in. But tank for tank, there is a big old Riptire.
I do like blue team backing off here. It was a tank trade, but you know, neither team having a tank can mean fights are a lot more chaotic because there's less peel to go around.
Absolutely.
And if Li Ming gets another reset, that could spell the end of the game.
Not to mention, I do feel like that Artanis is better as a pseudo tank than Sonya is. So because of that,
Prepare yourselves, heroes.
fighting them directly at this point would be advantageous for.
That was almost a very scary swap. Nice wall to peel for the Tychus rotation. Blue team's camp is winning over red team's camp in the top lane. So that's gonna start pushing.
I just heard a
He goes down on the.
You just have Tychus going away.
Ooh, that's both of Fountain Sniper's DPS down.
That's a really, really bad situation to happen if you are a fan of Fountain Snipers. If you hear that you are Bull Moose, then you are super, super out of your seat right now, because we do have the first keep of the game going down.
Destroyed a foe. Red team's core is under attack.
40 seconds.
That was a really nice stun by Garrosh to keep people in the core or the objective. Red team is just knocking blue team around in circles.
Yep. Pinball Wizard for sure. Lobico very, very low. There is a nice Emerald Wind to try and keep him off the tank. Mostly, however, might be a little bit extended. We do have Sonya in the area, but needs to get out of here and not really engage right now. And it does look like Bull Moose is going to have to pull back.
That was a great core defense by 3 people.
I was worried that might be the end of the game. They didn't even make it through shields.
Just between the Decimate and the Emerald Winds, they were just being flung around all over. Like Garrosh throws, Decimate, Artanis swaps, Brightwing. They couldn't do damage. Just too busy trying to figure out where their heroes were.
I've always kind of thought that Artanis would make a good interior designer. Just comes on the battlefield and it's like, this hero and this hero, can we switch them around? There is another Riptire coming out. Nice separation. Until then.
Oh, that's insta reset, yeah. There's Odin on the flank a little bit. Bot lane's looking a little worrisome.
Yep, we do have double Catapult and Siege. We also have a potential Dragon Knight about to be picked up, or about to be available for Bull Moose.
I think they're really trying to fight before Odin goes down. Oh, that swap was so close.
Odin does go down. We do go ahead and have Toast Monster moves forward, goes in, takes down the Brightwing. Lobico in the middle of a lot. There is the blind coming through. Death Mosh catches 3 people though.
I think that was all 5. Or maybe, no, it was 4. Holy, wow. And that's game over.
If GG is called
2-1 in favor of Bull Moose Party.
The red team's core is in peril.
Very, very explosive into the game. Very, very good series though. Fantastic.
Both teams played that really well. Like, that core defense was really, really good.
That core defense was amazing. So
Sonya is the only member who didn't die in that 3rd game.
very, very, very true. 1 second. Go over stats if you want to. I need to see if I can arrange an interview.
Yeah. Oh god, now I'm like, forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
Today, this last game actually completely swapped the damage numbers. The previous 2 games, Fountain Snipers were way in the lead for damage for the first 2, and then in this game, Bull Moose Party managed to have the top 2 spots. For as healing go, Rusty once again had top healing for the game. Sonya had a ton of self-healing.
So real quick, we'll jump over into lobby 2 on the NGS server.
Can do.
All right. Be able to keep discussing things here.
Yeah.
Should be joined a second if they choose to come in, but they certainly don't have to.
Hi, I'm here.
Huzzah! So we are joined by Winter Rose. First of all, congratulations. Amazing series.
Thank you.
Good job in the offlane.
Yeah, that's. Aren't you excited to just interview the offlaner who wasn't a part of many of the fights? But I'm here, which is the thing.
Well, this is a very offlane focused cast anyway, so
Perfect. I hope you didn't watch me at all, but I'm glad you appreciate the role.
We're both offlaners, so it's hard not to watch the offlane because we never get appreciated when we're in the offlane either.
one of my favorite quotes whenever Jinxie Cat casts, she's always like, and the most cool and attractive people on the team, the offlaners who sacrifice screen time to give their team's experience.
Yes. Yeah. Never watch me watch the 4-man. It's always more entertaining. They're wonderful. I just do God's work on the side.
Well, so here, do you just want to start with game 1, Raka?
Yep, game 1 was Infernal Shrines.
Yeah, that was the double support comp, right?
It was. That was the Tyrande and
Deckard.
Deckard, thank you. I was like, and another one?
Yeah, Tyrande, Deckard, Imperius, Malthael, and Orphea.
Yeah.
So that was by... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I wanted to congratulate y'all for how you played that, because I want to say, I was not a believer at first. I was really concerned with how little shrine clear y'all had in comparison to the enemy's team, but y'all were really good at getting the shrine and killing the enemy team. So
yeah, it's all about sustaining. You can hit one person, try to pick one person, but they can out heal. Each character has their own self heal, so you just kind of don't die. That's the only rule of that comp, is you just can't die. It's a good rule.
Yeah, it's a very good rule. I agree. Your teammate Toast Monster had some really good spears that game.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah,
yes.
he was very excited. He was very excited. He was saying the cacophony of noise of I speared someone, and then just people joining on top of that is always wonderful.
Yeah, there's one fight in particular that just, I'm pretty sure I saw him spear 3 times in a row, and I'm like, does Imperius have other animations, or is that all he can do?
There were some really good spears.
So I do have to ask, what made you guys decide to go that comp on that map?
It's just something that we tend to play really interesting comps, and they just work for us. They don't seem to work for a lot of people, but we like to keep it interesting. No, it's just something we've practiced, and it just seems to work well for us. It kind of throws the other team a curveball.
It certainly threw me a curveball.
I mean, I love getting curveballs. I'm all about those, funky fun comps. But so I was really happy to see that it did work out for y'all.
I'm glad it worked out too, just to be fair.
Hey, sorry, I'm so awkward. Do you? Never mind.
So I do have to ask, and granted, this might be telling you more than it should about the people I play with. After a game like that, how do you keep Toast Monsieur from wanting to be Imperius every single game?
He doesn't like to be the same character every game, so it's nice. We just have to keep his aggression level down of trying to go in every 2 seconds. That's the hard part.
That actually does bring us into game 2, because we did kind of notice that. In game 2, it kind of felt like you guys forgot you didn't have double healers at times, because you just rush in and I'm like, they're mortal again? Did anyone tell them?
Yeah, game 2 was really awkward for me because kind of like doing my own thing, singing a tune, going against Zool, and it's just pure chaos in the 4-man conversation, because the May was getting one person out all the time, at least from what I know, and they were trying to like come up with a solution to how to get around it, and it just wasn't working. And so when I abandoned the lanes and started coming down with the 4-man, we were so close to coming back. It was in our hands, and then that boss call at the end was just like, we tried, we gave it our all.
It was extremely close. That Orphea on the opposing team, me Ding, or however it's supposed to be pronounced, played really well in that last fight, especially. As far as complimenting a specific player, again, I wanted to say your Tyrande player in both game 1 and 2, Dan, I think it's Flesh for Dan. Their owls were extremely like on point, hitting people out of nowhere from across the map in both first games.
When he got the Chromie on the second game,
I
think it was the second game. No, it was the first game. When he got the owl on the Chromie on the first game, it was just like, it was like we already won the game. Everyone was just like, how in the world did you do that? Like, oh my god, we were just like cheering that he got the owl, because it was just like kind of a blind owl that he threw out there just to see where everyone was. And then it took everyone like 2 seconds to realize that it hit the Chromie, and we were just like an explosion of what just happened.
Sadly, Fujin says she did not, or sadly Raka says she didn't see it, but it took about 20 to 30% of her health, of her max health, and I was like amazed, because I was watching more for those during the rest of game 1 and game 2, and they hit a bunch of them on like Nazebo on camp and stuff, and I just watched people lose like 10% of their max health every time your Toronto player threw an owl, it felt like almost, and it was really fun to see.
I've gained a lot of respect for Tyrande over the last month or so since Dan's been with us, and it's scary.
No, it certainly is. I always kind of scoff when I see Tyrande, and I'm going to have to stop doing that.
Right? So me too. I was very against it, but I'm not gonna yell at him now. He's MVP right now.
So we talked about game 1. We talked about a little bit of game 2. The big question, because you guys managed to turn around game 2 a lot, and it definitely looked like you ended up winning 2 or 3 team fights in a row. What changed in order to kind of let you turn that around, even though it ultimately didn't change permanently?
Like I said, the 4-man was struggling because they were getting picked off one by one. And so I basically abandoned Zool. I was like, one lane's going to get pushed, but if we get a couple kills, we can take bottom back. And so then Dan and Toast basically were calling targets, and I was like, okay, which one's juicy to leap on and the kill? And then we tried to just roll from there.
Well, it definitely it was so funny to watch the fight over the bottom fort forever, and then eventually you definitively won, and then you took their bottom fort too.
Yeah, we because I was letting middle and top just kind of push and push, and they did get middle. We had to take something back so they didn't just like run us back over.
So, obviously you went forward into game 3 on Dragonshire. Dragonshire was probably the closest match of all of them. You were pretty dominant in game 1. They were dominant for the first part of game 2 until you almost came back, and then they edged that little bit out. But game 3 was back and forth the entire game. What did you guys do in order to try and keep yourself kind of calm as you started to move forward?
We were not calm. That's the key. There was no part of calm at all. It was literally like yelling, and I think at one point someone was like, "If we don't win a team fight, I'm gonna be tilted." It was like we were gonna win in that moment, or we had to all take timeouts. We turned that aggression into winning somehow. I don't know.
As the offlaner for all three of these games, how did it feel going from a Towers of Doom game where you're just chilling, doing your little offlane thing, double soaking, to a map like Dragonshire where it's a lot more brawly in both the offlane sense and the joining the team sense?
I think, and this is going to be a dumb comment. Everyone's going to yell at me. I think Towers and Dragon are pretty similar for me because probably because I was playing the same character and because I was double soaking.
I just
but-
thought it might have been different just purely because there were several times where you had to just sit and brawl mid for a while when they had control of both points. And I was really I was really impressed that you did that because I was with English.
Well, the main thing is that the Artanis took reactive parry, right? And so I do my research on all the teams. So he was either gonna go Artanis or Rag, and Sonya can beat Rag, and then he picked Artanis, and I was really worried he was gonna go Stacks, and luckily he did it because by the end of the game, if I just sat there and let him hit me a bunch, he'd just kill me. So when he went reactive parry, I knew that he could hit me, and it's not going to affect, late game kill factor. So I just had to beat him in soak. He had to catch up to me, and then if he was going to stay and fight me, I knew my lanes were going to be pushed out. If I knew I couldn't get to middle, I'll tell one of the guys, like, hey, pick up soak middle. Or, we were gonna team fight. Like, I just had to make sure I was ahead on soak for any of those, like, brawly moments.
Yeah, I mostly asked because I remember one point in the early game, because you were double soaking basically from the get-go. And I think this was the first DK, or very early into the second DK, they had control of both points. And you, instead of continuing double soak, you just went and fought him mid, and seemed to trust your 4-man to eventually win bottom, which they did. And
yeah, if they didn't win,
good for both y'all.
If they didn't win, I would have had some words, but they did. No, you did. I trust them. Barely. Sometimes.
Who's that? Are we talking to?
Toast is in the room with me. But I trust them enough to, if I need to move and I'm not doing it, that they'll yell at me for it. So.
Okay.
Trusting your teammates to yell at you appropriately is the cornerstone of any HOTS team.
I'm trying.
Unless unless Raka has another question, I have one more thing I wanted to ask about the Dragonshire game. At the end of the game, y'all won a team fight and managed to kill 2 of them. And then y'all all rushed bottom lane because their keep was already down, and you tried to end. The red team did a very good job of managing to push y'all off. Between the Emerald Winds, the Artanis swaps, the Garage throws and decimates, they managed to repel you all that first core push. Did anything about your mindset change, or what made y'all decide to back off of that instead of dying for core, which was very smart to do? But did anything go through y'all's minds?
There was a couple of fights where we just went straight at them, and one of them was the core, core killing, whatever you call it, and we went in full force, and all of our buttons were down, and that Emerald Wind was hitting us over and over and over. And I don't even know how I survived. I think I survived, and I don't even know how.
Yeah, all 5 of y'all got out. I think you were all below half health, though, if I remember correctly.
And that was the call, is out. We have no health, and we have no buttons. So just the shield wasn't even down at that point. So And then there was another one where we went in, and I think I missed leap, Toast missed stage dive, and we're like, yeah, we're not fighting this. Everyone just out. Like, we didn't have an advantage at that point.
Hmm.
So
Very-
that was the call, is we don't have an advantage. All of our buttons are down. We're out.
Well, it's always this smart play to make sure you can live to fight another day rather than just throw. You know,
We really like to throw sometimes, but I'm really glad we didn't right there.
every team loves to throw. Don't.
Well, that's why you have to go with Garage sometimes in order to just get out of your system.
My team has one person designated as the fun police. So, one
Yeah.
teammate's designated as the fun police to say, "Hey, no, don't do that." So.
It's actually funny.
Generally, that's me.
My
Oh.
pet name for Anduin is the Fun Police. So you have this really cool combo coming up, and Anduin's like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'm the one who always says that's a bad idea, or we should leave, or we should get out, and then they tell me I'm wrong, and then we die. So,
The offlaner's job is either be like, "Hey, follow me," or "Hey, get out, please get out. Begging you, please leave."
So my last question for you is more general. Where does the name Bull Moose Party come from?
so it started the first season we joined NGS, and we had a bunch of political history nerds on our team back then, and I think it's Teddy Roosevelt, right?
It is.
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt, and they're like Bull Moose Party, and then it just stuck, and then
What does Teddy Roosevelt Bull Moose Party mean? I'm
It's-
sorry, I don't.
it's the party he was a part of when he was president. Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
So-
Hold on, wait.
I
don't
actually know this. I actually know this.
Wait, wait, hold on. I'm getting yelled at. Oh, he tried to make his own party after he was president. Sorry, Raka. Go ahead.
So yeah, basically, if I remember this correctly, it's a really weird story. But like Teddy Roosevelt was elected, he's the only president that was elected 2 times non-concurrently. So like he was elected, and then they didn't run him again. He said, "You guys are stupid." So the next term, he made his own party called the Bull Moose Party and ran.
Like,
He
I
made-
know the poster for it. Like, I can see it in my head of, it's like him on a bull moose, right? Or I'm making that up.
So what I'm hearing is I need to get my team into the same division as you and make the Know Nothing Party, and we can just go at it.
Yeah, and now we have Liquid Metal, who was supposed to change his name but didn't, and now we have Bull Moose Rave, who are adorable people. So
Always fun to make sister teams.
I always ask about the names because you always get such weird and interesting answer.
I wish it was like we all got drunk one night and threw random words together, but no, it was just a bunch of history, political nerds, and what I wanted was the Quinky Dinkers, and I wanted streamers to have to, or casters to have to say that over and over, but I got voted against.
It
I
could be
mean-
worse.
If you want to talk about trolley names for casters, last season I was on
Yavapai.
Yavapai, whose full name is the Yavapai County Youth Municipal Chess Club and Swim Team 5. The Yavapai swims back.
Okay, I think you win. You definitely win.
At least they didn't insist you say their whole name every time.
But that is it for my questions. Let me go ahead and turn it over to you for shout-outs I'm sure you want to give.
Shout out my team. Yay. Shout out that I'm the one that did the interview and I didn't cuss a single time. Yay me. Shout out to our coach, Daigobi. I think I'm saying your name right. I say his real name now, and so I think that's his. And shout out to Track6 because she is the best. Shout out to Charlemagne because he is trying to tell me all about deviations. Shout out to Bull Moose Rave for being amazing, and Liquid Metal for being amazing, and you guys, jeez, for being amazing and casting us. I appreciate it so much. I think
Well, it's
that's it.
absolutely been my pleasure. Actually, you are very, very lucky This is Derivative's first cast, and it got to be with a fantastic series.
It's the first co-cast in like a year and a half, but yeah.
Well, welcome. You are always welcome to cast us now. Forevermore.
Probably watch it first before you said that.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Oh, he did fantastic. I've co-casted a lot, and I can tell you who the bad co-casters are. I won't, but I can.
Oh, drama. Okay.
But all right, I will let you go enjoy the after party.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night. And
High
thank
five
you
toast
again.
for me.
You as well.
I will. Bye.
All right, and Derivative, if you want to tell everyone who you are, where they can find you, and all that good stuff.
I guess I'm Derivative. I'm also B-Metaho in the chat. So, you saw me making a couple funny comments, whatever. I guess I'm on Discord at Derivative2626. And I technically have a Twitch channel called B-Metaho, but I don't really use it much. So, that's about it.
You can also find him in the Nexus in 3 places at once, because, yeah.
Oh yeah, I play Vikings. That's about all I do. Yeah.
As for me, I'm Raka. You all probably knew that. If you didn't know that, how did you get here? You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter at Irikoff2. And you can also find me in the Nexus. I'm actually not on a team. What team are you on?
Brain, please. Team TBD.
Okay, that's not your fault. If they haven't figured out a team name yet, how can you be expected to remember it?
Oh no, we definitely have meanings for it. I can list some of them for you.
If they're appropriate, go for it.
We have a couple ones that are appropriate, like ticks, beetles, and dragonflies are terrifyingly beefy dogs. We also have formerly trying but dying. Or throwing with bad decisions, It's always fun making up names. Anyways.
Now, you realize if I ever cast you, I'm going to have to find like a scene to cycle through these at the top?
Yeah, do it.
But
we
with
have a
that
list
said,
if you want some.
if I pick up one of your games, I absolutely will. But with that said, I will go ahead and get out of here. So, everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for making this amazing. Thank you for the incredible games. And I'll see you the next time I cast.
Have a good night, y'all.
I actually don't see anyone on NGS streaming, so I'm just going to go to one of my friends because abuse of power.